We have a special episode of the Honey Pot today. We've
Is this
got.
like episode like 4.5.
I don't know if you'd call it a full episode.
It's like 4.5.
Sure.
It's like
Sure.
The Lion King, like when they did The Lion King 1, The Lion King 2, and like The Lion King 1.5. This is that weird middle story where we talk about shinies. Because new shinies just got released. What better time to do a shiny episode, right?
What just got released?
Growlithe and Wingull just got released.
Yeah.
Wingull 2 or 3 days ago and Growlithe last night.
Right. So this is what we're doing today. We are doing a shiny tier list episode.
Yes. Yes, we are.
This is just meant to help people determine trade value of shinies. So if you're looking to complete your shiny decks,
Kind of give you guys the rarity value
right?
of each individual shiny family type thing. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go over this list, we're going to crack into it, and we're going to have like a little bit of a debate to see where we would put some shinies. Because Joel has made up an entire list, and we're just going to read off Joel's list, and I'm just going to keep telling him, no.
Because one of us is prepared.
And one of us worked. Well, to be fair, both of us worked.
I worked, yeah.
To be fair, both of us worked. He's just way more prepared than me because I'm never prepared.
Alright,
I like to play it by ear. I fly by the seat of my pants.
We're going to start with our lowest tier, an F- tier.
The F-. These are the kids that can't even get GEDs.
No. So, in this tier we have regular Pikachu and its family. So, regular Pikachu, regular Raichu, and Magikarp. Magikarp and Gyarados. These are the two oldest shinies.
They are.
Magikarp being the oldest.
They're the oldest shinies. Pikachu, just regular Pikachu, had a community day already. So that kind of hurts its value. And Magikarp's been around forever. Magikarp was the first shiny. Magikarp is rateable.
Almost always.
It started nesting again. Magikarp nests.
Yeah.
It's always prevalent in water biomes. You can find them. I would agree with this. I'm going to have to agree with Joel. I would say Pikachu is probably the easiest overall shiny Pokemon to obtain, followed very closely by Magikarp.
Or to have obtained.
Correct.
Because of the community day.
Correct, yeah.
That brings us to my next tier, just a regular F of Squirtle, no glasses.
Just a regular Squirtle line.
Charmander and Bulbasaur.
Okay. Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur. I can agree with that. Community days were still a thing. So Community Day, pretty much all Pokemon that were shiny for Community Day are going to be a lot lower on this list than any Pokemon that is shiny capable without a Community Day, because during Community Day you most likely walked around, got 3 of them. Like I got 4 shiny Pikachus during my lunch break at work for Pikachu Day. I took a 20-minute lunch break at work and got 4 shiny Pikachus. So they're not super hard to obtain on Community Day, which is why, and I mean, I would agree with you, because these ones are still obtainable. Like, you can still get these 3 Pokemon, A, in the wild, but B...
There's even researches for them.
The research is for them, and they also come back into raids every now and again. Every now and again, we'll see them drop into the raids. I'm expecting Charmander to return to the raids this month, actually, with Entei and the whole fiery stuff.
I don't think that'll return... No, because I think the
20th... More research, rather. The Evolve Fire-type research, I think, is going to come back.
I don't... That hasn't so far.
Hasn't so far? Hasn't subsided yet?
No.
Whatever. Charmander's going to be there. Charmander's going to be prevalent.
Yeah, I think the only one is still for all the starters.
All of them win a gym battle?
Yeah.
Or Power Pokemon 5 times is still out.
Power Pokemon 5 times and win a gym battle.
Yeah. Either way, you can get them from researches, and like I said, Community Day, they were out there, so not super hard to obtain.
F+ tier, I have Larvitar, Marie, Dratini, and Eevee.
Okay.
The reason why Eevee is on the F+ is because of how many you need. Even though it had 2 essential community days.
But you do need a lot more of them. You need 9 to have one of each of the family.
That's assuming you did them perfectly without any errors.
Correct. And like the 3 of them are just totally random.
Yeah.
So I know it messed me up. It messed me up good.
So that's why it's still a very common Pokemon too. Like it's way more common than anything else in this grouping.
Right, and it still had a community day.
Had 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. It could go right there with Marie, Blarby, Dratini, all the Pokemon that have had community days but are still rare to find. They don't spawn as frequently, but you just need more EVs. Yeah, I like it. I'll agree with that. So far, so good. So far, this is an easy breeze through right here. Pretty much what we're telling you guys is go out and play community day. You'll get the shinies.
Yeah, basically for the bottom here. Now we're going to go to our D tier. I have Plusle, Minun, Roselia, Wingull, and Squirtle with glasses.
Okay. I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of those Pokemon were very, very, very easy to obtain.
So the Plusle, Minun, Roselia, Wingull are all the
events,
summer
right?
events
Yeah.
weekends. Really high shiny rate
Yeah.
over 2 full days of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And the Squirtle with glasses is included in this because it will continue to become rarer and rarer compared to everything else.
Right.
There's a set number of Squirtle with glasses in the world right now. I don't think that'll ever be re-released. And everything else, there's just going to be more and more caught. So eventually Squirtle with glasses will rise up the list.
Right. Whereas
unless it gets re-released and then it'll fall right back down.
Right. Yeah, okay. I can agree with that.
Alright, so now I have my C tier of Aaron, Swablu, Wailmer, Sunkern, Natu.
Okay. Okay.
You like that too? I thought he was going to debate me. What happened to this?
Yeah, I'm going to debate him, but honestly, I'm not debating any of these ones because he's not right. So Sunkern, Natu, both very, very common Pokemon that you're going to see all over the place, and they just had that event where the shinies were pretty prevalent. I'm not sure if it was an increased shiny rate or just like a crazy amount of spawns, but either way, a lot of people ended up getting them. And like I said, they're still going to spawn all over the place. Wailmer's been around for a while. Aaron's been around for a while.
Wailmer's actually had 2 events too.
Wailmer has had 2 events. So
Aaron's
had just 1 event, right?
1 event,
but it's just common Pokemon.
It's a common Pokemon, and it's just been out a really long time.
And what was that last one that you had in this list?
Swablu.
And Swablu, yeah, Swablu. I mean, like, on top of that, Swablu, Aaron, and Wailmer all hatch out of 2Ks too.
Yes.
So like, they all nest, they all hatch. They're all pretty common Pokemon. You'll see, like, go to a water biome, you'll see a Wailmer. Go to anywhere you'll see an Aaron. Go anywhere where it's partly cloudy, you'll see nothing but Swablu.
Right.
During the daytime in partly cloudy weather, the whole world is a Swablu nest. So it's not really difficult to find these ones. I would definitely agree. Despite the fact that I don't have a Sunkern or a Natu, I would still agree these ones are easy to get.
Or will be easy to get.
Correct.
So
if you don't already have it, you'll still have a good chance of getting it.
This is about how many there is already caught and how many we think will still be caught.
Right, so how hard it will be to complete your shiny Pokedex.
Right.
And these ones are not going to be that hard to obtain, I don't think.
So, next tier, a C+ tier, so just a slightly more rare, is the Maku and the Metatype family.
Maku and Metatype family? Okay, yeah, I mean, they both still spawn pretty frequently in cloudy weather. They're still rateable. And when they were released, they did have an improved shiny rate for that release.
Mm-hmm.
I got all of them.
I don't think I have a single Maku.
I could trade you one later. I got all of them. Maybe I'll trade you one of those.
Do you have, like, any spares, though?
I got 3 Makus, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got 3 Makus, so I do actually have a spare Maku that I can trade you.
Alright, so now we've got my B- tier, so we're getting a little bit...
I think this is where I'm going to start debating you a little bit, if I remember correctly.
So, I've got Almanite and Kabuto and Shelder and Pineco in here.
Okay. Almanite, Kabuto, Shelder, Pineco is a B-. So, Almanite and Kabuto. And Shelder, even. And Pineco. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I kind of do agree with that, because if you remember, all 4 of those had field researches when they got released that were really, really common, really, really easy to find field researches.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, they were boosted spawn rates, and they were boosted shiny rates while they were spawned. Pineco, I would say, is probably a little bit rarer than the other 3, because during that event, Pineco still wasn't spawning at the same rate that the other ones were during their events. So I might I might say that Pineco might be a little bit rare. I might move Pineco to a B instead of a B minus.
Alright, we need to
Also, on top of that, Pineco doesn't nest. The other Pokemon nest, right? Kabuto and Ammonite, if I'm not mistaken, do nest.
I still believe that.
And we learned that Pineco did not nest, although I thought it did. Apparently it does not nest. So, with Pineco not nesting, the other one's nesting, and Pineco not being nearly as increased for spawns when the event happened, I would say that Pineco is probably still going to be a little bit rarer, because all of those Pokemon are still rare spawns and hard to find in the wild just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact is, I think that one's going to be more on how many were already out as opposed to how many people are going to be able to get. Because the field research is gone. The spawn rate, gone. I just feel like there's less shiny Pineco already out there than there is of all those other ones. The Ammonite, the Kabutos, so.
Alright, I've circled it for the moment. We'll see.
We'll
come
back to that one.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that one.
I have my B tier list at Mawile, Shuppet, Duskull, and Aerodactyl.
Okay. So Mawile should probably be moved to the S plus tier because you can do about 111 Mawile raids and not get a shiny Mawile. I can vouch for that firsthand, as I have done 111 Mawile raids and I do not have a shiny Mawile. So
I've done 18 and I got one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you can definitely go ahead and move Mawile to the S tier.
I don't think I'm going to be circling.
On top of Mawile getting moved up, Aerodactyl.
Is that a B? A solid B.
Solid B. I'll give it to you. You know what? I'll allow it. I was gonna say maybe move it up a little bit, but it did have a lot of field researches during its time. It is still in the A group. It was rateable. It'll probably come back to being rateable again in the future. And most reason I'm going to give you the Aerodactyl is because of the GoFest event that happened. During GoFest, okay,
I'm not factoring in GoFest,
but
though.
I'm not factoring in GoFest itself. I'm factoring around the world. During GoFest, it wasn't just Plusle and Minun everywhere. Aerodactyl was one of those Pokemon that was spawning like crazy outside of GoFest. We caught 4 or 5 Aerodactyls just in Chicago. After GoFest was over, we caught like 4 or 5 wild Aerodactyls. On the drive home, I incensed like 6 or 7 Aerodactyls. Connie got a shiny Snorunt over here.
Right.
So like the GoFest Pokemon were spawning outside of GoFest. So for that reason, I'll kind of agree with you. Aerodactyl did have a little bit of time where he was going to be an increased spawn rate. He's got all the raids. He's got all the field researches. He hatches out of eggs. I can agree that that's where that's at.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
What about Shuppet, Duskull?
Shuppet, Duskull, they're a little bit interesting.
They did have
They've just been around for a while. They had that Halloween event, and that was absolutely crazy. Then they had the ghost raids when everybody was trying to get Mew, so like everybody was raiding those ghosts like crazy to try to get some. They both nest, so they're interesting. I think that you have them a little high. I would move them from B to B minus, honestly. I think that you have Shuppet and Duskull a little bit high. I also think that you have Sableye up there a little bit high, because I think Sableye should probably be 1 slot ahead of Duskull and Shuppet, just because Sableye doesn't nest. But they all came out around the same time. Sableye was actually rateable a lot more than Duskull and Shuppet. Duskull and Shuppet were only rateable for like that 1 raid rotation, whereas Sableye was in there for like 3 or 4 raid rotations. So I think Sableye is slightly rarer because it doesn't nest.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I also just think that Sableye should probably only be like 1 bump ahead of those 2.
Okay.
I don't think Sableye is all crazy rarer than Duskull.
The only tier or the only thing in the next tier, B plus, I had is Sableye.
Okay, so then I would probably move Duskull and Shuppet to B minus, and I would just get rid of the B plus tier and move Sableye into the B tier.
Okay.
And then just not have a B plus.
I will. So I'm squaring
or possibly have a B plus, because I might want to fight something in the A minus tier. I might want to move something down.
All right, so I'm going to square that off.
But yeah, I don't think that. I think that those 2 are harder to get than Aerodactyl, or easier to get. I think Aerodactyl was harder to get than Duskull and Shuppet, and I think Sableye
is just like a rare. Like it's just like
it's not that rare of a spawn. If you're playing at night, it's not that rare of a spawn.
How many people play in night?
You got to think about it. Pokemon Go players are probably similar to us. We play at night. We're Pokemon Go players. We're like hardcore grinders. Yeah, we go a lot harder than a lot of the other players do, but a lot of people still play at night. I'm confident enough to say a lot of people play at night, and you got to also think, nighttime is from 8 p.m. till about 7 a.m. So you've got the early risers that get up around like 5:30 and play before work for a little bit. Then you've got the Dans who just play all the time because they don't sleep. Then you've got the other people like you and me who are out there playing overnight. But you've also got people that will be playing like, all right, the raid's just ended. We're going to go out. We're going to get some dinner. It's 8:30. They're playing the game from like 8:30 to like 9:30. You can still encounter a few Sableyes. I don't think it's the rarest Pokemon out there. It's not hard. Like, I see a bunch of Sableyes. I'm going to go pull up my Sableye scene because I've seen a bunch of Sableyes. But I don't know. I think that they're definitely rarer than Shuppet and Duskull. But I think it's only by one stage, strictly because they don't nest.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
I have on my A-, because Sableye was my only B+, my A-, I have Pooch, Crow, and Love Disc.
I definitely think Pooch and Crow belong in the same category. I 100% believe that they belong in the same category.
So, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. How many you need is being a factor into this list,
Correct.
And he's already assuming the 2 that you need for Crow.
Right.
Otherwise, I would assume Crow would be lower.
Right, but you'll need one for Honchkrow.
Right.
Because Murkrow does evolve. Even if it's not going to evolve until later on, like we're still assuming Glaceon, Leafeon, and Sylveon for Eevee, so we have to assume Honchkrow for Murkrow.
Right.
So you'll need 2 for one Pooch, one Mite, and then one Murr, one Honch for the Crows. So I like them being in the same tier. I think that's appropriate.
Do you think they're in the same tier as Love Disc? Love Disc did have an event.
Love Disc had an event.
Well, it kind of had 2. It had the Valentine's Day event and it had the water event.
Water event, yeah.
But it was not boosted shiny rate during the
water
water event.
Only during the Valentine's event.
But it had just more boosted spawns.
Right. But it is also a rarer spawn. Like, I see Love Disc as a much rarer spawn than the Crow or the Pooch.
See, I view it kind of like the Sableye of the water Pokemon.
I would agree with that.
It's very uncommon. It's not like you're not going to see clusters of them, so you're not going to get like multiple shots in a row.
I've seen 575 Love Disc. That's not that many.
No.
For like the amount that I play, that's not that many.
No.
So yeah, I would definitely say Love Disc is a rare Pokemon. I can get behind putting Love Disc in that category, right there with the Poochyena and the Murkrow.
You only need one. That is another factor. You only need one.
I could see them being on the same level. I think you can get one Love Disc in the same amount of time. You can get 2 Pooches and 2 Crows. Yeah. Love Disc is a little harder to get. It does hatch, which helps it. It is a water biome Pokemon, which does help it, but it's like a rare water biome.
But Pooch hatches, Crow hatches.
Crow does not hatch.
Crow does not hatch?
Crow does not hatch. Pooch does hatch. Crow does not hatch. But Crow is all over the place. You can see Crows even if it's not nighttime. Like, you'll see Crows all over the place. So.
Okay, you ready for the next
tier?
tier?
Let's do it.
I think this is the one he's going to fight me the most on.
It probably is.
A tier, I have Snubbull, Houndour, Growlithe, so all my dogs, and Absol.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely going to fight you on this one.
Okay.
So, it's literally just all your dogs. For the record, I have seen 389 Sableyes.
So it is rare. Sableye's a little rare.
389 Sableyes. I've seen 509 Shuppet. And I've seen 1,330 Duskull.
So do you think they're still in the same tier? Duskull and Shuppet?
Shuppet and Duskull? I mean, after looking at that, I almost have to say no. After looking at those numbers, I would have to say Duskull is the lowest, Shuppet is the middle, and then...
You are going to need a third
Sableye.
Duskull.
You will need a third Duskull for Dusknoir, so that is going to play a factor.
What's your opinion?
Alright, so just because you need more of them, I guess, I can get behind
It'll
it.
even it out a little bit?
Yeah, it'll even it out a little bit just because you need more of them.
Okay.
I can get behind it. But anyways.
You still thinking dropping both of those a tier?
Honestly, now I'm just kind of thinking maybe just drop Duskull a tier. Drop Duskull a tier, leave Shuppet where it is, and leave Sableye where it is. Because then it'll be like staggered.
Okay. So I would pull...
You
You're talking about pulling Pineco up to the B and pulling Duskull down to the B minus.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about now. Okay. After looking at my Pokedex and just seeing that, like I didn't realize how many more Duskulls I would have seen than... I figured Duskull and Shuppet were going to be around the same. So,
okay.
I'm a little surprised by that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're on A tier right now.
Right, we're with all your dogs, and this
Dogs
is where I'm
and
going to
Absol.
strictly disagree with you. This is where we're going to start to have some problems. So, Snubble, Growlithe, 100% agree should be on the same level of difficulty. Houndour, I definitely think needs to get dropped because Houndour you can still find in clear weather. It's like when I'm in cloudy weather, I don't really see Snubbles. When I'm in
No, you see like poison types.
when I'm in clear
common
weather,
poisons.
I don't really or fighting. I see a lot of fighting types too. But when I'm in clear weather, I don't really see Growlithe.
Mhm.
I see more Vulpix than anything,
Mhm.
but I still see Houndour. Clear weather, you still see Houndour. At
Pull up your
nighttime,
numbers.
you still see Houndour.
How many Growlithe do you have to Houndour?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's
To be
another thing
fair-
that we should just be doing, just checking our Pokedex.
To be fair, Growlithe is brand new.
And Growlithe is brand new, but also just like the way that you're going to encounter it. Growlithe and Snubble were both through the quests. Houndour had a quest as well, but Growlithe and Snubble are going to be primarily through the quests, whereas Houndour, you had a better chance of catching them in the wild. I feel like I saw more Houndours than I saw Snubbles or ever seen Growlithes as well. And Growlithe, you got to remember, Growlithe was around in Gen 1, when it was only Gen 1.
Right.
So, if anything, I should have seen more Growlithes than the other ones just based on they're there longer.
And it's,
I've been playing this game since 2016 when it came out.
Mhm.
So I've seen 278 Growlithe. Let's go look at the other ones. I already know I've seen more Houndour than 278 though. That's just not a lot. I've seen 380 Snubble. So I've already seen more Snubble than I've seen Growlithe. And that says a lot.
Yeah.
And then going down to Houndour, I've seen 725. So I've seen about twice as many Houndour as I have Snubble, and about 3 times as many Houndour as I've seen Growlithe.
I mean, my Growlithe numbers are higher than yours. My Growlithe is 458.
Okay.
This is on Joel, by the way.
Okay, yeah, the one that's been playing the whole
Yeah.
time.
Just look for. I'm looking for Snubble.
Yeah.
440. It's almost the exact
So
same.
almost the exact same, and it has been around a year less.
And only 537.
So still more Houndour than Growlithe, though.
Right.
So just the fact that Growlithe has been around a year longer, and our Pokedexes have
It's also
Snubbles, Snubbles, and Houndours.
Right. It's also been a lot shorter time, so I would almost argue bumping up Growlithe.
Bumping up Growlithe, I can still see bumping up Growlithe, but I would still say bump down Houndour. Maybe bump up Growlithe, bump down Houndour, keep Snubble where it is.
Okay.
As
Well-
far as Absol goes, I get what you're saying. Absol is going to be a harder shiny to obtain, just because you need to have bare minimum 2 people to even shiny check it.
Right.
Then you still have to have 2 people that want to do the Absol raid to shiny check it. It's going to be hard to obtain. It's a rare one.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy to obtain one.
It's not.
Um,
It was in the quests for a while.
that did help
That
out a little
helped
bit.
that out a little bit that you could encounter it from a quest and
The
not
reason-
need to do it.
The reason
But
why I
it was
have
a rare
Mawile
quest.
so much lower is just because
soloable.
it's you can just walk up and do it by yourself and keep going.
Yeah, it's soloable.
But both of these are non-wild spawns.
Correct.
I think with Gen 4, these will become wild spawns.
I'll agree with that. I do believe.
And I think
that
we'll
will.
get 2 more new ones
That won't be wild.
that
spawns.
won't be wild spawns.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, as of right now, I have them where I have them. I like them.
Yeah, yeah, I agree that Absol should be a full
It's a full letter.
grade above Mawile just because of solo ability. So I would agree with that. I still think that you might have them a little low though. Honestly, like if anything, maybe bump up Mawile and Absol. Like Mawile needs to be S tier. Absol probably about A plus. Mawile is a troll. Mawile hates me. Niantic loves the amount of dollars that I spend on Mawile because I don't understand this. Like, I just don't understand this. I'm over it. I'm going to go find a Mawile raid once we're done recording this and just try to get one, but I'm over it.
Okay, that brings me to my A plus tier. And this one's a little generalized, but I have all legendaries in the A plus tier.
Okay?
Snorunt and
Okay.
the Party Hat Pikachu and Raichu.
Okay. Just Pikachu and Raichu, though.
Yes.
Okay, so Party Hat Pikachu was spawning for a while, so that was easier to obtain.
It was
and
like
it was a boosted shiny rate.
3 days.
It was 4 days, I think,
3 or 4 days.
where it was shiny spawning. It was like pretty much only Pikachu's that were spawning like
It was
crazy.
only Pikachu spawning, but it was not an increased shiny rate.
Right, but it was just,
a
so much
lot
spawns.
of Pikachu.
There were so many spawns. So Yeah, I will definitely agree with that. That should be there in the A plus tier. It's very, very hard to get, but it's not that like godly S tier.
No, and the thing about it is that there's no more of them.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah.
you
No,
can
you
no
can't
longer
get them
obtain
anymore.
them.
You had to have already had them and then trade for them.
Right.
Outside of that, so legendaries, I definitely agree with, belong in that hardest to get tier. Like they're not the god tier level. They're not S tier, but they are a solid A plus because
That can depend on your community though. If you don't have a good raid community,
like,
they can be in the S tier.
Right, because for us, we have a pretty solid raid community, and we managed to get all of them, and it was no problem. But the legendaries were more or less, it wasn't based on grinding. The legendaries was based on how many raid passes are you gonna buy to get this
do you have
Pokemon, and do you have anybody to do the raids with? So I definitely agree that it was a hard. Like some of you guys probably have 30 or 40 of these like legendary shinies, like total, not of each individual one, but like total shiny legendaries.
I'm trying to think, like Zapdos, I have a lot. I think I actually transferred a couple Zapdos.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy, and then like, you know, I know most of the people watching this probably actually do have a lot of the legendaries, but just as far as it goes, legendaries would definitely be one of the rarer shiny to get because not everybody raids like our community. Lugia, Ho-Oh, Kyogre, Zapdos, Articuno, and then Moltres will be coming around this Saturday, which will be hella hype, hella awesome.
No.
Those are the only shiny legendaries that are out right now.
Right. So the dogs haven't been coming out. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. There's just 5 shiny legendaries at the moment. 6 is coming out on Saturday. So, but I would put them all in the same Well, the only one that I might say
the day ones, like the Articuno Zapdos, would be possibly a little bit easier.
Right.
Well, no. If you weren't able to play that day.
If you weren't able to play that day, you're not able to get them. But more people that were playing got more shiny, so they can trade them to you. I don't know. I would just put all legendaries together. I like all legendaries being together. I think that's a fair assessment.
The only one that we haven't covered so far in this list is the Snow Runt.
Right, and the Snow Runt is one that I still think you're selling short. So, like, originally, Joel had Snow Runt in the A- tier. And I was able to convince him to move it from A- up to A+. And honestly, I went to the shiny Snow Runt Mecca, and I came back without a shiny Snow Runt. And I feel like shiny Snow Runt is that hard. Like it's a really, really difficult one to get.
It's been raidable. It had its own really long event.
I did the raids. I did the really long event. I chained. I shiny hunted. I went to the Mecca. I spent 6 of the 8 hours in the ice biome in the Mecca. And guess what? I got nothing. On the drive down, I incensed the entirety. I did like 25 incenses on our 14-hour trip back. I got nothing. I made you stop at a random graveyard in Indiana on our way home. That way I could shiny check Snow Runs.
For a couple hours.
And I got nothing.
For a couple hours we were in there.
Yeah, that last incense was just mean, by the way. When you gave me 6 Snow Runs and none of them were shiny, that was just mean. That was mean. But yeah,
the reason why Snow Run is in this tier is because it is weather dependent.
You only see Snow Run. So Snow Run is only spawnable. It will not spawn. Not even that it's a rare spawn. It just will not spawn unless it is snowy weather or event. So like it was spawning like crazy for the Go Fest. Mm-hmm. It was spawning like crazy during that weather.
You need 3 of them.
You need 3 of them, and one has to be a female.
They're gender specific. I assume once Gen 4 drops.
Yes.
Only the males will go to
Glalie. And Frostlass, yeah. So, I mean, the fact that you need 3, they're gender specific, they only spawn during snowy weather.
But we've had so many opportunities to get them now. And they were one of those Go Fest Pokemon that were spawning everywhere.
S-. The lowest grade God tier that you can possibly have is the grade that Snow Runt needs to be. Because of how rare it is. I mean, like, it is just crazy, crazy rare. It's crazy, crazy hard to get. And just for shiggles, I'm going to look at my Pokedex number Because honestly,
I'll look at the one for Joel, actually, because that'll be the one that didn't attend or do anything on GoFest.
359 snow runs seen.
You're on GoFest?
359 snow runs seen is
177.
Yeah. So 359 is what I've seen, and I do not.
Okay, let's compare that to something in my S tier, which would be, spoiler, Pichu for S minus. Only 28 seen. That's a lot less seen.
28 seen Pichu, that is a lot less seen, and my Pichu is going to be at 75.
No, Pichu's rare.
I have 75 Pichu.
Pichu is rare, by far.
I didn't say Pichu wasn't rare.
Well, you only need one Pichu.
But you only need one Pichu, and you'll never evolve it.
Yeah.
Because you can get Pikachu in the wild.
Right.
And it's not gender specific, and it, no. Snow is harder.
No.
Because you need to get
How many Snowrun was it?
What do you mean?
For you, how many
368.
368 to 75? Even if you made it even if you needed all three of them, right?
Wingle, shiny check? Not shiny. There's a Wingle at your house if you want to. We're at Joel's house today, and oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're at Joel's house today. We always do these recordings in different houses and different places because why the hell not? We got a shiny Wingle check just randomly popped up here while we're looking at our Pokedexes.
Either way,
I put Snowrun on that God tier, man.
No, I put it A plus. That one I'm probably not gonna move. A plus.
God tier, S minus.
All right, for the record, my S minus is Pichu. We just covered that. I believe that is the lowest of the God tier Pokemon.
I think Snowrun belongs with it.
We'll come back to that. Regular S tier is Wynot, Magby, and Togepi.
The babies?
Yep.
Outside of Pichu?
Outside.
Why the babies outside of Pichu? Just because Pichu's been around longer?
Pichu's been around a lot longer.
Okay,
and fair. You don't need it for evolutions.
That's fair, yeah. Because you do need to get the other ones for evolution, seeing as Pikachu will spawn, whereas Magmar and Wobbuffet and Togepi or Togetic or whatever, they don't
I guess you could argue that Wynot would be the least valuable of these because Magby, Magmar, and Magmortar
and Togepi, Togetic, Togekiss.
Yes.
Well, no, but you could also argue. No, I would say the same because Wobbuffet is the only one of those three Pokemon that is gender different. Wobbuffet male, Wobbuffet female.
Dex.
Wobbuffet male,
It'll
Wobbuffet
give you the
female.
credit on your dex.
It'll give you the lipstick.
Yeah, but it gives you credit on your dex.
Does
it's literally about
Does it give you the credit on the dex for Wobbuffet?
Yeah.
Because Wynot doesn't have any difference. It's only Wobbuffet that's different.
Right.
So did you evolve your Wynot?
No.
Okay, so I think that you don't know until you evolve your Wynot. Because they're different Pokemon.
I don't believe... I only have one shiny Pichu, but it gives me credit on both.
But shiny Pichu doesn't look any different. Male, female Pichu.
It doesn't matter. In your
different.
dex, it just gives you credit.
Alright. Fair enough. But still, as far as a collector standpoint goes, I'd still say it's 3 forms, so it's just as rare.
Yeah.
I think it's just as rare. Plus, just hatching the baby like that is just as rare. I would leave it where
I'm leaving it in the same tier.
Yeah,
just
I like it
as of note, if we're doing a sub of a sub tier, Wynot is the least valuable of those 3.
I would agree with that.
That could all just go away with
if they ever release. Just because based off of usefulness too, Magmortar will be useful, Togekiss will be useful, Wobbuffet's never useful.
This is about collection standpoint.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Larvae would be higher, stuff like that.
Right. Well, also, but if you're also just going by collection, though, like I said, people are gonna want one with lipstick, one without.
I just did this based on purely filling out your decks.
I think you did a good job.
And
with those
final.
The S plus, the super god
the tattoo worthy,
the absolute legendary, the ultimate, the S plus, absolute hardest Pokemon to obtain as a shiny is none other than Mawile.
It's not Mawile.
It's Mawile. It's strictly Mawile. You can't. They're not real. Shiny Mawiles aren't real. They're just not real. I don't believe in them. They're all photoshopped. Joel photoshopped his. Alyssa photoshopped hers. Everybody else that has one, you photoshopped it. You're a liar if you tell me otherwise.
Party Hat Pichu.
Shiny Party Hat Pichu. What would you do for a shiny Party Hat Pichu?
I don't know. Pete, what would you do for... It looks like tattoo.
I'm not getting a tattoo.
It looks like tattoo is what people want.
People can want whatever they want. I'm not getting a tattoo for it, especially since Tim was kind enough to be willing to trade me a shiny Pichu. So...
Tim, don't do it.
Tim, I got a level 40 Rayquaza with your name on it. Let's do it.
Tim, don't do it.
Level 40 Ray.
Rayquaza will come back. He just said so earlier this video. Rayquaza's coming back. Don't do it.
Shiny Pichu's coming back. It's fine. I'm not gonna watch it. We should be good. Not many people do, so like we should be good.
Okay.
I think we got this.
So,
except for that one video, did you remember that one video? I'm getting off track.
You got picked up, yeah.
One video has like 10,000 views.
If it was a useful move.
Yeah.
Trying to think anything else on this list. Shiny Surf Pikachu?
Shiny Surf Pikachu. Okay.
That could be
interesting,
one.
yeah.
That could be
one.
Squirrel with Glasses is kind of in the same boat, only on Community Day.
Right.
So I guess a shiny Hydro Cannon, Glasses Blastoise.
I don't know if I even have one of those. I might not have made one.
I made one. Definitely have one. That might be like pushing it a little bit more. Aeron, Swallow, Whalmer, something not to.
Yeah, there's no real variations with any of those. It was really just going to be like the Wingull, the Charge Beam Zapdos, and the Pikachu from GoFest. Are like the big ones.
Those are the big ones.
Just for like collector value.
No, I'm not seeing much else on this. Really, if we were trying to rank those, you're talking to maybe bumping it up a letter grade value-wise on some of those.
I got one.
You got one?
I got one shiny Blastoise with Hydro Cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Yes. Yes, just one.
Okay.
But I got one, so we're good.
Other than that, we'll keep this up to date. We'll move around with it.
Move around with it.
We'll keep this and we'll see what it looks like next time.
Yeah, see what that looks like when the next 20 shinies get released.
We should probably just do it after I'll probably assume wait for Gen 4 to come out. I assume that there's going to be some Gen 4 shinies.
See what's going on. See the Gen 4 shinies that drop. How the Gen 3 shiny rates improve with the start of Gen 4. The Snow Run
if there's any new raid shinies.
What new raid shinies happen. How that's all going to work out. Yeah, I can see that.
Alright, so... well, we don't have a set list because we can't agree on Snow Run.
We can't agree on Snow Run.
You're just joking about the Mawile, right? You're just being a salty little...
The Mawile, I'm just being a salty little prick because I've done... I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up on the Pokédex. I've literally done freaking 111 of these.
I got one on my 10th.
I've legitimately done 111, I believe. 111 Mawiles seen. 111 Mawiles caught. 0 lucky, 0 shiny.
Sucks to suck. Alright, so we'll leave Snow between. We'll give it an A++.
A++?
A++. It'll have its own category. An
S
A++.
minus.
It'll be an A++.
S minus.
And then we have our set. We have our set list.
I think we agree with everything else. We have a set list. The only thing is Snowrun's a god. Snowrun's god tier. It's so god tier that he won't even trade me one.
I don't have any.
He gave me a Shelter.
I don't have any. I had 3 Shelter.
Oh, you had 3?
Well,
I only had 2.
I had 2 Shelter and Closer.
Ah.
So I was set.
Okay. Same thing with me and Monkey.
Yep. Okay. I think that's our list.
That's our list.
And then we'll update this. Probably, we're thinking like monthly-ish or probably... It depends on how many shinies get released.
You know what? We have 4 episodes of Honey Pot so far, right? So this is like a little half episode, like an in-between filler episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll do like once every 4 to 5-ish episodes of the Honey Pot.
Thank you for my shiny.
And I'm sorry. I know I told you could have it. I'll give you mine. Honestly, like whatever. I'll just give you mine. It'll be fine or whatever. I'll give you a Hariyama. I'll give you something. I'll give you something. I'll make up for it. I needed that Shelter though. I wanted a Blue Cloyster. I wanted it so bad.
Alright. Thanks you guys.
Bye.
Abigail left it on repeat.
Thank you, Abigail.
Okay, so some notes here. You say the Pineco should move to the B tier?
Yes, correct.
And you think
Duskull should drop.
Just Duskull should drop?
Just Duskull, just because of the raw numbers.
Okay.
The data shows that we have seen more Duskulls than Shuppets, and more Shuppets than Sableye, so I think that they should stagger those.
So, and then you say Shuppet should stay the same, and Sableye should stay the same.
Yeah, so just
you
Duskull
want my
drops.
Houndour to drop from A to A minus.
Yeah, Houndour drop.
And Growlithe up to A plus.
Growlithe up.
And you want Snorunt to go to S minus.
Correct.
I don't
Those
agree.
are the changes that I want.
I don't agree with the last one. I will say I will move the Growlithe up. I will agree with the Growlithe.
Do you also agree with the Duskull dropping?
Yes.
and the Pineco going up. Strictly because it doesn't nest.
Like,
The
almost
other
like
ones
triple
nest.
check.
Like, see, the only I know, but like we've checked. I actually looked it up too after she left. Like, no, it doesn't.
All right, I'll
nest.
move the Pineco up. I'll move the Pineco
If
up.
Pineco nested, I would be a-okay with where you put it, but Pineco doesn't nest.
Okay.
It just makes it a little more valuable.
I'm not moving the snow run.
No, the snow run has to go up, dude.
No.
Dude, the snow run goes up. The snow run goes up.
No.
The snow run goes up.
No.
Snow run. If anybody has a shiny, can you just trade me a shiny snow run?
No.
We're about to do a shiny trade too.
I'm not trading you a shiny snow run.
He's gonna give me the snow run.
I have to trade you with Yahoo, by the way.
Yahoo?
Yeah, because we're ultra friends on Yahoo, but not.
We are, yeah, that's right.
I'm not
That's
I'm
right.
not spending 800,000 dust on
I'm not asking you to. I don't have 800,000 to spend. I got 80K.
No, okay, that's enough to do a trade. Okay, it's actually going to be 80K. You know that, right?
I've got like 260 something K.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend it all before the start of the event though. I want to go down to absolute zero before the start of the event tomorrow, and then
So I'm leaving Shuppet. I'm leaving Sableye.
Get to my
I'll
second
drop Houndor. I'll drop Houndor into
So
the
you agree
Pooch.
with
Pooch
all of
Crow.
my things except for Snowrun, pretty much, and Mawile.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mawile is realistically an S plus, God tier, the legend. It doesn't be shiny. And Snowrun, I think Snowrun just has it out for me. I think that honestly, I do think that it is an S minus. I really do think that it is that God tier, just because of the weather alone. Like, it is so hard to
You just
get
had so
those.
many opportunities to get them.
But you did have so many opportunities. But I think moving forward, it's going to be hard because I don't think that they're going to do
I
like
think
another
it'll come back
GoFest
again.
release thing.
I think it'll come back in wintertime. I think they'll do another ice event.
Maybe.
I think you'll still continue to get chances.
Or they might do Gen 4 Evolve spawns across the board. Like everything that evolves in Gen 4, when they first release the Gen 4 Evolves, the spawn rate might be increased for all those things that will evolve.
No, they need something to get people out during winter, and it'll be Snowrun.
I guess.
I think this is the good list. So to cover it one last time here at the end, F minus, Pikachu Magikarp.
Agreed.
F Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur.
Agreed.
F plus Larvitar, Mareep, Dratini, Eevee.
Agreed.
D Plusle, Minun, Roselia, Wingull, and Squirtle with glasses.
Agreed.
C the Aeron, Swablu, Wailmer, Sunkern, and Natu.
Agreed.
C plus is the Maku and Meditite.
Yep.
B minus, Omanite, Kabuto, Duskull, and Shelder.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm good with that.
B we have Mawile, Shuppet, and Pineco.
Agreed.
And Aerodactyl. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And Aerodactyl.
And Aerodactyl.
B plus, Sableye.
Yep.
A minus, Luvdisc, Poochyena, Crow, and Houndor.
Okay.
A, Snubble, and Absol is the only thing left in there.
Okay.
There was
4 to start. Now there's only 2. I like that we moved it.
Yep. A plus, we have Legendaries, Pika with a party hat,
Okay.
Growlithe, mostly because it's new. Growlithe will lower its rate a little bit
Right.
once it's out a little bit longer, but right now the only thing boosted for its spawn rate is the
It's those
research,
so,
and
yeah.
the research is rare as hell.
Right.
So.
It's hard to get.
And Snorunt in this.
No. Snowrun's S tier.
S minus, Pichu,
Snowrun.
S, why not Magby Togepi, and S plus Pichu with a party hat.
Mawile.
Okay.
And that will complete the tiers and the rankings and how they all break
I
down.
think this is a good list. Also,
and
when
there is just one note on top of that. Shiny Squirtle with sunglasses is going to be on the rise. Right now,
yeah,
it is the D minus, right? We gave it
anything
D
that's a form of a shiny that
Right.
was limited. So the party hats
right.
might
The party
rise.
hats might rise, and the sunglasses
This is
might rise.
Was there anything else?
Just
There's no
because
other
those
form
are
shinies.
out, and what's out is out. Right now, those you cannot obtain those except by trade.
Right.
No new ones are being added into the game, so that makes those two a little bit like they're on the rise rarity. They're not like there was still a bunch of Squirtle with sunglasses, but
Right.
its rate is on the rise.
Especially as you get more people
And
like
trade
quit
more
the
away,
game
yeah,
and like get
exactly.
rid of them, and more people enter the game and people
Right.
want them.
Right.
It's just how it works.
How the breakdown would work.
Other than that, as it comes to trading with this, I would say try to stick within a letter grade with people.
Yeah. I was so what do you got on that letter grade sheet there?
That I got extra of. Let's look here.
Yeah. What do
So
you
we're
got
looking to
extra?
get rid of some extras.
What do you got extra wise? Let's do a shiny trade.
So I thought we talked about the Maku, right? You said you were
I've
willing.
got an extra Maku, yeah.
You said you're willing to drop a
I'm
Maku.
willing to drop a Maku.
So in there, do you need?
Because you only have Maku and Meta type together.
You don't need Whelmer.
Don't need Whelmer.
You don't need Swablu.
I definitely don't need Swablu.
We don't have any Sunkern or Natus.
We don't have any Sunkern or Natus.
Do you need Arons?
I got all three.
Okay.
Fest was nice to me on Arons.
So I think you've already covered. You covered on Duskull, right?
Yeah.
Shelder.
Well, I've got 2. Do you have 4?
No, I only have 2 as well.
Okay, I only have 2.
Shelder.
I need Shelder.
Okay, I can do a Shelder for a Maku.
You do Shelder for a Maku?
Yeah, that works for me.
That works for me. I'm gonna go unfavorite the Maku, and we'll do a Shelder for Maku. And I'm sorry. But,
Savage, right on the video, man.
I'm a savage. What can I say?
Oh, dude, I am so ready for this event.
What do you got? Oh, dude, you're ready. I only have 2 10Ks, not in incubators right now.
I have 8.
I've only got 2, so like you were super ready. And yeah, unfavorited. And I'm sorry, but I mean I gotta do it for the video, and I gotta do it for the shiny Shelder, and just shiny trading. You know, we're shiny trading. We're having fun. I'm gonna get a Shelder. He's gonna get a Maku.
Yeah. I'm gonna trade you the 110-1 Shelder.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna trade you the only Maku.
Okay.
The extra Maku, the one that's listed for N. If I can. I'm like stuck on my game crashed.
Nice, man.
My game crashed. Pulling it back up. So now that we got the tier list down,
Yeah.
what exactly was in the complex version? What was the differences?
Oh, so there are Pokemon that are considered more rare based on factors that are not going to be in the dex. So
right.
Date caught is a factor into it that can make something rare.
Like Community Day Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
If you have a Community Day Pokemon caught off Community Day,
it makes it a little more rare.
It's a little more rare.
But it's not like extremely rare. It's not gonna
extremely gonna matter though.
It's not a huge factor into that.
Right.
Things where you're just not able to get it otherwise. So examples of that would be GoFest Pikachu.
Because at the time Pikachu had the hat and the sunglasses, and that form was not shiny capable. So the only people that could have gotten a shiny Pikachu on that date were at GoFest.
Yeah, GoFest attendees only.
GoFest attendees only. Which I have. I have one of those.
I do not. Another one would be an 823 Wingull. The accidental 40-minute release.
Yes, the 40-minute release of the Wingull.
Some other ones would be shiny legacy move Gyarados.
I think I have a couple of those.
Those are a little bit more rare. I'm not going to say it's going to come up like super high on the tier list, but that version is the last that you can get of them.
Right.
So, and also I think there's different legacy moves that it can. I think like one can be Twister and one can be Dragon or Dragon Tail.
Dragon Tail?
Is it Dragon Tail?
The fast move.
The fast move, whatever it
Dragon
is.
Tail.
So double legacy move is
Dragon
the most
Tail,
rare,
Twister?
then like one of the two, and then
Right. I think I have Dragon Tail once.
So
a couple of them. I got the game. By the way.
Charge Beam Zapdos.
Charge Beam Zapdos because that was like a glitched thing only.
It was only in glitch gyms, and then if they ever release a fast move on Zapdos, it'll become worthless.
It'll become worthless.
But that's the only reason right now.
Right.
Why
collectors.
It's a little more rare. This is from GoFest.
This is not from GoFest. This is from the fighting event.
Oh, 80,000 dust.
80,000 dust.
Oh.
Commit.
Oh.
Commit.
Oh.
We get 3 Maku Maku candies out of it.
Oh. 80,000 dust.
80,000 dust. I committed.
It went. Oh. Peter.
Yay! We did it! I'm getting an orange shoulder. I'm gonna evolve it.
Go for it, man. I have a Maku named Ann right now. I'm gonna keep it named Ann too.
You can keep it named Ann? Ann, I'm sorry.
Ugh. That
let's
hurt.
See. Let's see how it did. How did it do?
Mine was only really strong.
Has room for improvement as far as battling goes. HP, stats are alright, but kind of basic. It did not get any better.
I mean, it was a 110-1, so I mean...
It couldn't have gotten much worse, but hey, it's there. I like it. It's a really cool. I'm gonna evolve it too.
Yeah, you're gonna
Might
go
as
straight
well.
evolve it. You
Might
like the
as
blue
well.
cloister?
I like the blue cloister.
It's cool. The orange shoulder still looks crisp though.
The orange shoulder looks super super crisp, but I'm just gonna go ahead and evolve it and get myself my my cloister.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
My blue cloister.
I know the
I
reference.
need my blue cloister. I can't not have that. And there we go.
Take some
That is,
antibiotics for that.
that is a crisp looking blue cloister right there. I'm liking it. Sweet.
Was there any other, like, just to kind of top this off, was there any other, like, rarer shinies out there?
I don't think so. I think those were the only ones.
Obviously, Community
With the
Day
dates.
move is a little bit rare, so, like, Dragon Pulse,
Right, because you had to
Ampharos,
evolve
Frenzy
it
Plant,
during that time.
those, like, get, like, maybe a letter grade
Oh,
bump, but, like,
Maybe I was gonna even just say half letter.
well, I think Frenzy Plant, like, it depends on, like, Ampharos, I'm, like, giving it a half letter because,
Right, but Frenzy Plant's actually useful.
right,
So
Blast
shiny
Burn,
with Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, Smackdown. Those would get like the full letter grades.
yeah.
Okay,